Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth, my pronouns are she, her, and welcome to my FlossTube channel. This is Savory Sewing. You can also find me on Instagram at Savory Sewing. This is a channel where I will talk mainly about cross stitch, but I do have some other sewing to show you today. So let's get started. It is Saturday, December 23rd, the day that I'm filming this, and it should be posted on Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2023. So it is going to be moderately Christmas themed. If you couldn't tell, I've got my Christmas tree sweater on. I've got some sparkly lights, Christmas festive earrings. So and we'll see how long this bell hair clip lasts. It jingles. It's a little annoying. So I don't have a ton of stitching to show you because I have been mainly focusing on one piece as well as some holiday gifts. So I decided that I would like to show you my Christmas ornaments of Christmases past, because I have stitched quite a few Christmas smalls. In my last video, I showed you two of my bigger Christmas finishes, and so I thought today I would go through those. This is going to be likely a picture heavy video because a lot of those have been gifted. I do have a pile though in front of me here, so there will be some stitching to see in air quotes person for folks who are interested. So I'm going to show you some past Christmas ornament small finishes. I have 3 whips, and I'm not going to talk about plans because I am planning a planning video that hopefully will go up later this week for 2024 plans. And at the end of the video, like I did last time, I'm going to put in my unboxing of the Modern Folk Embroidery Evertote's Roxy Floss Co. 2023 Holiday Countdown sale, at least through the days that I've opened. I'm 10 days behind, folks. And it is what it is. I'm cool with that. I wasn't expecting to keep up. I didn't keep up last year, and honestly, I have not stitched as much as I was hoping to because work has been a little insane. So there is that. So with that, I'm going to go into past finishes, and there's going to be pictures and words on the screen, and I'm just going to talk about them, and I'm going to group them by who received them and roughly in the order in which I stitched them. So here are some photos of the first set of Christmas ornaments that I stitched for my niece in 2020. So that year she was 3 or 4, and she was really into predators. Take that as you may. And she was really into dinosaurs. I think all little kids go through like a dinosaurs or cool phase. So also grown-ups. And I stitched these. If you watched my very first FlossTube video, I talked about my favorite things I've ever stitched to date, and these were and still are one of them. These are a set of punny Christmas dinosaurs by Stitchrovia. I believe these are available on her Etsy page. I think that's where I got them, and they are adorable and hilarious. So you've got wrapped present for you, wrapped door present for you, Disantosaurus Rex, Have a Roarsome Christmas, and Christmas Tree Rex. And I finished these as little hoop ornaments. All of them are wrapped in ribbon. They've got felt on the back, and I'm jealous that they're not on my tree. In 2021, I stitched this ornament. This is called Winter Unicorn. It is from an Etsy shop. I will put the information here below. And, that year she was into unicorns. So sparkly unicorn. That was also the year that Home Depot had a giant sparkly unicorn like you could put in your yard, and she may have also gotten that for Christmas against her parents' wishes from her Aunt Elizabeth. If I can find a picture, I will put it here because I think I have one. I have to remember what the unicorn's name is because it's pretty funny. But anyway, so that year she also cross-stitched me a Christmas ornament. And keep in mind, she was 2 or 3, but this goes on my tree every year. And this is plastic canvas. This is some quality, 2 or I think she was 3 maybe. I can't remember how old she was the year she stitched this, but she got ornaments for me, and she usually makes me an ornament every year as well. But this is the year I got a cross-stitched ornament. It's so funny. Yeah. So unicorn. So we've got Punny Dinosaurs, we've got a unicorn. 2022, again, if y'all been watching for a minute, you've seen Murray Christmas. This is Murray Christmas. She has our little rat named Murray. We all enjoy a good pun in my family, so this is Murray Christmas. This is adapted from a pattern by Pixel Pixie XStitch. It was in the December 2022 Just Cross Stitch magazine, and now you can buy it as a PDF from Pixel Pixie herself. So, Merry Christmas, folks. And then this year, I'm going to put in a video now of what I stitched. It is an adaptation of Shiny Fish by Lindy Stitches based on a song. So, insert video clip here. This is for my niece. If you remember from a few videos ago, my sister had sent a song that my niece really likes. It's called If I Were a Fish. I'll link it here, or it'll be in the description box below. She asked for a school of fish with one funky fish and some of the song lyrics on it. And this is what I ended up making. It says, "How lucky are we of all the fish in the sea? You get to be you, and I get to be me." I think it turned out really, really cute. The fish and the sparkly bits are from a pattern by Lindy Stitches called Shining Fish. I'll put a picture here so you can see the whole thing. It's a really beautiful pattern, and happen to have little fish. And so these little fish are exactly from the bottom corner of the pattern. And then these little doodads, I just added some more, and then I charted the words, and then I actually added some little beads, little clear white beads, to look like bubbles. And I finished it. It's just a little flat fold, some sparkly fabric on the back. My niece's name is Grace. I don't think that's not a secret. And I'm excited to send this to her. I hope she really likes it. It was stitched on 36 count linen. This is called Stormy Nights by Forbidden Fiber Co. And all of the flosses are Classic Colorworks, and they're the same palette as called for in Tracy Horner of Ink Circles. She had a pattern from the Jingle Ball called Season Greetings, and I stitched that actually on the same fabric, and I really liked the way the colors looked, and so I just used those to stitch this ornament. And then this is just some pom-pom trim that I had from Joann's. So yeah, that's Christmas ornament number 1. All right, so hopefully you saw all of that. And next I'm going to transition to my nephew. So I grew up on a dairy farm in upstate New York that my family still owns and operates. My father and my youngest brother, and his son. Well, I mean, he's 6. Okay, so he's not really farming. You know, we have cows. And we are a John Deere tractor family. So if you know anything about tractors, we all have our tractor allegiances, and in our house we're a green tractor family. So I've stitched a series of ornaments for him that were all green tractors. So this is from a pattern. I'm going to find the Etsy link. I believe, I'm not going to say what the shop is because I can't remember, but I know it's called like Green Tractor Sampler, because of course John Deere is, you know, it's licensed, it's copyrighted. No one's selling a John Deere tractor pattern out there. But I basically picked a couple of the tractor motifs out of this and stitched individual ornaments. So the first year we just have a nice, you know, we just have a big tractor with a cab on it. The second year we've got a tractor with a bucket loader and a pile of dirt in the front of it or what have you. All of these are just wrapped, you know, finished as hoop finishes with ribbon around them, with green felt on the back. So the first 2 are finished the same way. So that's 2020, 2021. In 2022, I stitched the tractor crossing sign, and I had this yellow John Deere tractor fabric that I'll talk about more in a second, because I'm going to show you another thing that I made him for Christmas last year, and finished it like that. So he's got 2 little tractors and a tractor crossing sign. And I think that's going to finish the tractor trilogy, even though there are more tractors on that sampler that I could stitch. And hopefully I will have popped a picture of what it looks like in here. The other thing I made for Jackson last year, so in addition to cross stitching, I also quilt and sew. I know I haven't shown much on this channel because I have just been cross stitching a lot, and my sewing machine was out of commission. It's back in action now, so I have fully finished a couple things sewing them. But Last year for Christmas, I made this quilt for my nephew. And so I'll put some pictures in here. And it is basically, I call it Jackson's Tractor Quilt, and it is using blocks. Sorry, I'm opening a picture over here so I can remember what it looks like. Blocks from a couple books by Lori Holt. Lori Holt is a prolific quilter and cross-stitch designer and has fabric line and notions and all of the things, and she specializes in vintage. I think they're called it Vintage Farm Girl, Vintage Farm Girl 2. She's got a vintage Christmas book with quilt patterns, and they all have 12 and 6-inch block versions of all of the things, and you can mix and match them. And so I picked out 1, 2, 3, 5 of the blocks that represent things that are kind of like important to my nephew. So we've got a green tractor, of course. We have Holstein cows. So there's a black and white cow. My grandpa and my dad always had blue trucks. He really loves his cat. So there's a cat block, and then we grow a lot of corn. So those are on there. And then the alternating blocks are just, patchy patchwork. They're not patchwork. Well, yeah, they're patchy. Coordinating colors. And then there's John Deere tractor fabric. And so this fabric, my brother actually bought like 20 years ago for who knows what. He wanted my grandmother to sew him something. So somehow it made it all the way out here to Oregon where I live in my fabric stash. And so I was like, well, I'm going to make this quilt for my nephew, my brother's son, and incorporate this fabric and make this quilt. And so it's probably, hopefully it's been sitting here. It's got green minky on the back, and it's quilted all over in a tractor pattern. So it's probably the biggest quilt, biggest, heaviest, warmest quilt I've ever made. So anyway, there's some Christmas crafts of past with lots of tractors. Next, I'm going to show you an ornament that I stitched for one of my good friends who watches my channel. Hi! This is a little Christmas like witch house with a mushroom. She's really into witchy things. And this is a pattern that I don't think is available any longer. So a pattern designer called the Laurel Witch had released like a little witchy advent with 25 patterns. Oh gosh, I can't remember what year it was. Must have been 2021 maybe. And they were all free then, and then they were available as a paid pattern. And I'm not sure if she's still selling her cross-stitch patterns, but I'll put a link in the description box below if her website's available. I know you can still see them on Instagram. But anyway, I stitched this little ornament for her last year, and it's super cute. I want to stitch all 25 of the little patterns someday, but it hasn't happened yet. So now I'm going to talk about, okay, I think that's all the ornaments that I only have pictures of. Let me look at my, yeah. Okay, now we'll move on to actual like physical ornaments because I have a pile in front of me. So I also, since I've only been cross stitching for 3 years, so we've only got 3 years worth of ornaments here for the 3 people I've stitched ornaments for. So the next ones are all ones I've stitched for my partner. So we bought a house in 2020 during the pandemic and became those folks who are obsessed with their backyard birds. We still take very good care of our backyard birds. We have, I don't want to tell you how many bird feeders we have or how much money we spend at Wild Birds Unlimited, but we do. We love our birds. And so I stitched in the very first year we lived here to sort of represent that, this little ornament. One of the birds that we talk about a lot are the scrub jays that we all call Scrubby. Any scrub jay is named Scrubby. They're all the same. And so this is a little scrub jay. This is a pattern that comes in a set of I think 5 birds by the Pigeon Coop Designs. You can find them on Etsy. And this is just a little hoop finish. And the only change I made to the pattern is I changed the color of the present to be orange and black because that's Oregon State colors. And I wanted to personalize it a little bit. But there's that. It's just got felt on the back, and it says ES plus RP 2020. Those are our initials. Like, kind of like, you put on the back, you'd carve into a tree. Sometimes I try to be cute. But, so that's bird number 1. For whatever reason, I've stitched them all bird ornaments. We like other things, but they're all birds. So the next year, I stitched him another bird from the same series. The other birds that we really like are the chickadees. And I will say I did forget to do the back stitching on his wing. But I think other than that, it's stitched in all the called for. Again, we've got, you can see the Christmas ornaments are orange and black for the beeves. Go beeves. And I had this year, I'd bought a bunch of those little you know, those little rubber wood hoops, and it just says Ryan 2021 on the back. So we've got 2 little birds from that series. I'm not sure I'm going to stitch any of the others because I don't think we have any of the other birds that we don't see any of the other birds in our backyard. But they're all very cute patterns. Hopefully there'll be have been a picture of all of them if that's available. I'll pop that up there. And then last year, so the other thing that my partner's really into is grilling. We have a Traeger, we have a Blackstone, we watch a lot of meat YouTubes, a lot of grilling YouTubes. Maybe I shouldn't say meat YouTube, but if you do like grilling and you have not watched Meat Church on YouTube, I highly recommend the Meat Church channel and also all the Meat Church products. Very, very good. Anyway, neither here nor there. So this is last year's ornament. This is from Lindy Stitches December Down Under series. And this is a kiwi on a grill. Because of course it is. How cute is that? So I know I didn't stitch this with all the called for because I believe it calls for 3 cottage garden threads, and I didn't have those. So I think I just picked things that made sense. I feel like it was like the green maybe and the blue. I don't remember. But there are 3 other birds, I believe. I think there were 4 patterns in this series. So here, picture if you wanted to stitch more. But this is the one that I stitched, and he actually really loved this one. He's like, is that a kiwi on a grill? It's like, yeah, good job. I was shocked that he recognized that it was a kiwi, but I should have known that would have happened. But anyway, those are his 3 ornaments. His 4th ornament, even though it's December 23rd, it's not stitched yet. I've got 2 days. It'll get done. All right, I've got 3 more ornaments, and these are air quotes. These are mine. These are things I just stitched. I mean, I guess if I stitched them, I don't really gift them to myself. But I've got 2 of these little ones. I think this one is Heart and Hand from one of the Merry Making Minis, and this one might also be Heart and Hand. I will put I will put them what they are below. But they're stitched like I finished them like as tags, like the tag style ornament on foam board, and they're just really cute. You can see I finished them, I think, both last year at the same time because they're very similar. Both have red ribbon, both have the same blue pom-pom, which I know is Lady Dot creates. Pom-pom trim, and then I don't know, fabric from Stash, but super cute. And then one final ornament, which isn't actually cross-stitched, but it's really beautiful. I got is this gorgeous woodcut. So I got this in a Starlight Stitchery box last year. This was in the Winter Magic box, and I will put the name of the artist who does these woodcuts. I tried to see if they had them for sale on their website last year, and they didn't. So I think this might be something that Starlight Stitchery had custom printed or cut. I don't know what the word is for them last year. But I just absolutely love this. If they sold more of these, like just the woodcuts, I would have totally bought more and stitched them as gifts, stitch them as gifts for folks because I think they're really beautiful. And it came with like the piece of felt for the back, and I'm not sure, I think I had the ribbon, but yeah. So those are the ornaments. These are the cross-stitch ornaments that live on my tree, this little stack, and I'm sure there will be more coming in the coming years because I've got a couple more to stitch. And then I've got just 2 more smalls that I stitched. So this is a little pillow that I made. This is part from a stitch along. Stitchonomy usually posts, I don't know, a number of number of stitch alongs each year, and this was the winter stitch along. I want to say that started in 2020, and I started it and clearly didn't finish it, and it was like, you know what, I had these 3 rows done, and I was like, this will make a great little pillow, you know. I think there's like, you know, supposed to be like 8 more rows or something. If I can find a photo, I will pop it in. It was very cute. It just was one of those whips that was just lingering, and I just didn't have the motivation to stitch it. So I was like, well, it's going to be a pillow. It's going to be done. And it's just got some plaid fabric and a little piece of felt on the back, and it just sits in a bowl somewhere. And then this is my last winter Christmas small, and it's another pillow. Look at this. This is Pile Up the Tinsel. This is from a set of patterns by Heartstring Samplery, and I'll put a picture in here. And so there are 4 little bird pillows, 3 little bird pillows, I can't recall, and they are just adorable. And originally, when she had released the preview of the pattern, it was the song, it goes like "Haul Out the Holly." I can't think of it. Anyway, name of the song here. And then I think she ended up not being able to get the rights to the song, so she changed all the words. So on the patterns, so that they weren't the words from the song, but they're still very cute. And this is, I stitched these with Dinky Dyes. I had bought Dinky Dyes Oops pack and happened to be able to match like all the colors, and I think, hang on. Yeah, and then the sparkly bits, which you can kind of see in the tinsel, are étoile. And then this is vintage country mocha, but I made a mistake. Well, I mean, I made an air quotes design choice, which wasn't a choice at all. It was legitimately a mistake, and I stitched it on the non-modeled side. And I'd already gotten so much done. When I realized what I had done, I was like, I'm not picking that out and redoing it. It's still cute. And I'd like to stitch all of these one of these days. And then there's little Christmas bird fabric on the back and just a piece of felt to cover up where I did the stuffing. So those are all my Christmas finishes. So now I'm going to show you the whips I've been working on this month, and I only have 3. And so and that's because I've been focusing on one project in particular. So I worked one day on this. This is Stitches for Pre-Piece by Yasmin's Made with Love, and I'm totally holding it. No, I'm not holding it upside down. I thought it was upside down for a minute, but it's not. So I'll put a picture in here. This is what it's going to look like when it's finished. And this is stitched with all the called for DMC on 32 count vintage country mocha. And I really would like to get this done by the end of the year. We shall see. And then I also worked on The Third Day of Christmas by Hello from Liz Matthews. I'll put a picture in here. I finished the first 2, now I'm on number 3. So I got a lot of work done on those little chickens this month. I'm really hoping, I'd like to finish this. I have a stretch goal of finishing this on the 3rd day of Christmas, which is December 27th. So I think I'm going to try to focus. We're going to spend Christmas Day on the couch watching TV and not doing anything important. We don't travel for the holidays. It's just me, my partner, and our puppy. So we will just make breakfast, watch some TV. We've got some series that we've been saving for our Christmas Day sort of festive binge watching, and then I should be able to get a lot of stitching done. So I'd like to get, there is a lot of stitching left in this because there's like a whole house down here that the chicken's sitting on. So we shall see. But if I could get this mostly done by the end of the year, that would be really nice because I'm only on day 3 of 12. So there's a few more to do. All right. And then finally, the only other whip that I've been working on this month is the Roxy Floss Modern Folk Embroidery 2023 Holiday Countdown sale. And I am caught up through day, I think 15. Is that correct? Doesn't matter. I'm not. I think the last color I put in was Gold Star, which I believe is day 15. But here's where we are. And I've now seen, I mean, I've been allowing myself to be spoiled, so I know exactly what's coming. I just couldn't keep up. So I finally got and filled in the stuff that I'd been skipping because I didn't want to count because other things had came in. It now says Anno 2023, which is reminiscent of the ornament that we received. And so 2023. And here's the floss. So I've only opened through day 17. Yeah, that's correct. I still have all the other packages to open. So at the end of this, I'm going to put in my opening of those, and then I'm going to insert photos of each day's stitching just for posterity. I took the effort to do it, so I'm going to put them at the end of this video. And yeah, so that's it. So I think that is everything that I've stitched, which doesn't feel like a ton, but honestly, it's been quite the week, the last 2 weeks. I've had to physically be in my office, which is about a 45-minute drive away every day for like the last 10 days, and that really cuts down on stitching time. I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks and what have you, but between the extra driving and, you know, having to like get up and get ready to go to the office instead of walking into my office in the morning and what have you, it's definitely cut into my stitchy time, which I don't particularly love, but it is what it is. The work has to get done. So I have a tiny, tiny bit of haul. One piece of haul that I received is I did order the Jingle Ball ornament. Is that going to focus nicely? It's really nice, but I also think it's really funny because I know that Beth Twist's husband from Heartstring Samplerly made these, and I don't know exactly where they live, but I know they live an hour or so east of Portland, and I live about 45 minutes to an hour south of Portland, so it amuses me that these got shipped to Indiana to Lindy Stitches to get shipped back to me here in Oregon. So now I've got two little cross-stitch woodcut ornaments that are going to get, very important that you decorate your sewing room for the holidays, right? You can see I really went all out with my Christmas lights. I also got a piece of fabric from Forbidden Fiber Co.'s Fabric of the Month Club, and I love this color. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's called Santa's Helper, and I don't know. Hopefully it's going to show up. I think you can't see the yellow in it in this light. If I hold it up a little bit closer, you can see there's some yellow in it, and it's so up here. Look how beautiful. I don't know. It's not my usual like color palette. Well, green is always my color palette, but like it just feels so. It looks like a blurred out Christmas tree with Christmas lights in it, doesn't it? Like the way the green pattern is, kind of looks like Christmas tree branches, and the way the yellow glows, it kind of looks like the glare from a Christmas light if you took a picture really close. Like, it's super cool. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it. It feels very springy also at the same time, but just super excited about that color. Something I don't know, just very excited. So there's that. In this view, it's just really, really green, but super nice. I also bought this. The Just Cross Stitch December issue. There are a couple patterns in here that I think I'm going to stitch. This is really cute. This little thankful pillow. I just like the colors. I really like that there's like this tealy blue in it, which is, what is it? I'm sure it's a DMC. It's 991. Is it stitched in DMC? Hold on. Doesn't say. But they also give the Sullivan's conversion, which is why I'm confused. Look at my wiggling. I just really like it. I almost think I might stitch it for my mom. I feel like she would like it. And of course, we've got this beautiful design by Miriam from Marumi Crafts called Kaleidoscope. There's some etoile in there. It doesn't, of course, photograph. It's all stitched in etoile, which of course doesn't photograph. But look how beautiful that is. I think those were the two that I really liked. Let me skim. Yeah, if those are probably the two that I would consider stitching. The other thing that I was thinking about, because there's not a good picture, but there is a big stitch along in the back that has a bunch of little Christmas characters in it, like this. And I was just thinking these would be cute as like little individual ornaments. I don't know if you really can see that as well, but there's some cute things in there that I know, like the little reindeer and the little elves. I'm just thinking, like, if I need ornament ideas for my siblings' children in the future, it would be really good. And that is all my haul. I just got that fabric, which was on auto ship basically, and the remainder of my Jingle Ball haul showed up. Oh, I also did buy the 2023 ornament book, but I'm not going to show you that. If you want to see that, I believe on Lindy Stitches channel she has a whole flip through of it. It's very cute. So I'll stitch some of those. So that's all I've got. So I didn't have a ton of stitching this month. I only worked on 3 whips. I had 2 finishes, which you will have seen. They were, actually, I think I've only had 1 finish, which was Shining Fish for my niece, which hopefully there was a video of earlier in this video, because that was the plan. Oh, actually, that's not true. I have 1 more finish. Hold on. I finished this. This is Christmas cookies. This is Country Cottage Needleworks, or is this Little House Needleworks? I've forgotten already. It's one or the other. And it's stitched on Lugana. This is Aloe from the Other Side by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. It's stitched with the called for DMC and Classic Colorworks, except that I swapped out the turquoise that's in the bowls is a lot more turquoise than the called for. The called for was lemongrass. I think this is like really tealy because I have pink and turquoise Pyrex, and this now matches my pink and this matches my Pyrex collection now. So I'm hoping to make this a little flat fold so I can prop it up with my my holiday decor. So, and then I have one more start, which is, I'll put a picture in here. So I'm a little behind on my Christmas ornament stitching, but my family understands and they still love me. I'm stitching these Ninja Turtles from this pattern called Turtle Power by Forbidden Fiber Co. for my nephew, who is currently really into Ninja Turtles. And I'm stitching them on, hopefully this will show up, on, this is a green, what is this called? Perforated paper. And so that they'll be a little bit stiffer to make ornaments out of, because I just want to cut out to be the shape. So you can see I've started Leonardo. Leonardo is his favorite turtle. So I've started Leonardo. I've almost got the outline done. I'm sure if I put my mind to it, I could finish this in a couple hours because this is really, really quick. And I'm going to stitch this with the DMC conversion. There is a Forbidden Fiber Co. Fabric and floss pack that you can buy for this with the kit, but I just got the PDF of the thing because I knew I wanted to make them ornaments like this and not the whole pattern. So this will get done and shipped off, and he's not going to be at my parents' for Christmas, so if it's a little late, it won't be the end of the world. But, and I think I am going to stitch all of them, and I'm just going to work on them throughout the year and then have the whole set because I think that'll be really cute. In 10 years, he's not going to remember that Aunt Elizabeth didn't send them all by Christmas at the right time, and they'll be super cute together. So provided that this one works out, I still haven't actually, obviously finished or fully finished it, so hopefully my plan works. I think it will. I think it will. All right, so that is all I have stitching related now, for real. What else have I been doing that is stitchy related? I have been working on my 2024 plans, so hopefully there will be a 2024 plan video that pops up the next week, as long as I can get it filmed tomorrow. We are going out of town for the weekend of New Year's Eve, so no stitching will get done. No stitching probably, and no filming or anything will get done those 3 days. So I need to get all this done this week. I have been watching a lot of Flossmas, and I cannot keep up. Oh my goodness gracious. I made a Flossmas playlist and started just every day adding the folks that I was watching to that list. And I am, for most folks, I'm like 3-4 days behind. I think there's like 200 videos in there, and I just can't do it. This morning I just binged. I decided I couldn't watch. So what I was trying to do was watch everybody's like day 17 video of the 6 or 7 people I'm watching, and then all the day 18s. And then this morning I was just like, I just binged a couple of folks all the way through. So I'm completely caught up on Dr. Christy. Christy's, I don't know, I just call her Dr. Christy, but I know that's not the name of her channel. And then I finished Tara, Wilda Woman Crafts, all hers I'm caught up on. I'm caught up on Evertote, the Evertote Countdown sale ones. I think those are the only 3 folks I'm currently caught up on. I just can't. I didn't realize how overwhelming Christmas or Flossmas in December was going to be. It's like, again, feast or famine. I'm sure in January everyone's going to be like YouTubed out and there'll be no videos, and maybe I'll catch up with everyone then. But I'm caught up on those 3 folks. What else have I watched? I don't think I've watched anything else. Oh, Caroline's Stitch Corner. Caroline's Stitch Corner. She's got a series of videos. I've watched most of those. I'm trying to go through those as well. I think I'm going to finish her today. I've been watching Helen the Ditty Stitchers videos. Like I do actually really like when folks like put 4 or 5 days together, because honestly it's less managing of the clicking of things and I don't lose them. So those are 2 that I added to my watch list, and I'm sure there's others, but there's just too much and I can't keep up, and I'm not going to be mad about that. If I didn't mention you, I'm probably watching you, and I just can't right now. All right, so with that, I hope you all, if you are celebrating, have a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Yule, Happy Solstice, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, all happy, all of the things. And I will see you with the new floss tube in the new year. And yeah, happy all the things, folks. And if you stick around, you will see my unopening of another 7 days or so of the Roxy Floss Modern Folk Embroidery Countdown Sale, Evertote's Modern Folk Embroidery Countdown Sale box. And if not, I will see you soon. Thanks, folks. Bye. Hi, everyone. It's Sunday, December 17th. I am 7 days behind on opening the Modern Folk Embroidery Evertote's Roxy Floss Co. Advent or Countdown Sale. Work got in the way, and opening these every day and stitching was not tenable. And I probably have already explained this, but if I don't, I'm just explaining it again here. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to show you where I am. So I am caught up through day 9, which gets us through, I've got my floss right here, which I think are in color. Yep, I've got my floss right here. So this is the first 9 days. And I am through, this is where I am. The last color was this really light pink in here that you can kind of not see. It's called On Point. There are some things down here, but they require counting, and some things in here that require counting that I haven't stitched yet. So this is where I am. And what I've decided to do is I'm going to open days 10 through 17 and record right now and go through all of that. And then when I add this to the floss tube that I have planned for Christmas Eve, actually, that's my schedule, I'm going to hopefully have stitched between now and then, and I will insert a photo in the appropriate spot of this recording of maybe that piece added. That's the plan. It might not pan out. Let's see what we can do. So with that, I'm going to start with day 10 because that's the last day I haven't opened. So I've got them all here in front of me ready to go. So day 10 was what? Today's the 17th. So was that last Sunday? Last Sunday the 10th. So December the 10th, we've got a little court jester on our card. And it says, there are so many wonderful and forgotten board games. Today I want to share one of them with you on my YouTube channel. Caroline will be talking on her YouTube channel about a fun game that you can easily learn as well. And now I have kept up watching Caroline's videos every day. I've not been watching Jacob's. I believe Caroline's was a card game that her family plays called Sevens. I think that's what it was. But here's today's color, which I love. It is this gorgeous purple called Birthstone, which I'm assuming is, meant to be like an amethyst. Fun fact, purple is my favorite color. My birthday is in March. So my birthstone is aquamarine, which I think are also beautiful. But traditionally, because purple was my favorite color, a lot of the jewelry I was given as a child, and even to this day, like I have an amethyst on here. This was a gift from my siblings for my 40th birthday, and they chose to get me an amethyst instead of an aquamarine. So I absolutely love this color, and I'm very excited to stitch with it on this project and others. So I think what I'm not going to do is show all of the flosses together while I record this, and I will try to take maybe a photo or incorporate that in the photo when I stitch this day. Hopefully that will magically appear somewhere. So day 10 was aquamarine. Day 11, what do we got for day 11? All right, pictured above is morning after the snow at Koishikawa in Edo from the series of 36 views of Mount Fuji by Katsushika Hokusai. It was printed around the 1830s. Fun fact, I've also hiked Mount Fuji in 2012, I think. Yeah, 2012. I had a work conference in, goodness gracious, in Kyoto. And before my lab group went to Kyoto, we hiked Fuji and saw the sunrise. If I can find a photo, I will put it in here. Today's color is a really beautiful blue called Blue Moon. Really, really gorgeous. Much, I would say more blue than Yonder. Yonder was more of a navy. Really gorgeous color. If I stitch this photo here. All right, so now we're up to day 12. It's no secret that I love museums. Jacob has both a Dutch and Belgian museum card and likes to go visit museums all the time. On his YouTube channel today, he's sharing a very special museum with us. So that's cool. And day 12's floss is a really pretty copper color, I think is what I would call it. It's called the Occasion. Yeah, I think it's a coppery, like coppery orangey color, right? Very pretty. Maybe got a little hint of pink in it. All right, if I stitched, you will know. All right, day 13. So the 13th was somewhere in the middle of the week, maybe? Was it Tuesday? Wednesday? It is this dashing gentleman with a lute. And it says, I wish I could play the lute. Alas, I do not. But I did record a song for you today. Check it out on my YouTube channel. So Jacob has recorded us a song. All right, day 13. Oh, I got 2 cards. Oh, that's funny. Oh my gosh, this color is beautiful. I've seen this stitched on the piece and it is gorgeous. So it is called Pom Poms, and I actually have 2 cards, but it's just one skein of floss, so that's funny. And it is this really gorgeous variegated green to very like dark to very, very light. Really pretty. It almost looks like it has the greens from the first days. Frost and Found and like You'll Be Pine. It kind of looks like it goes through those colors. So super pretty. Very excited. All right, day 14. This is actually not, it's way faster, I think, to do this all at once than to do it day by day. Keep in mind, I've also done none of the stitching, so maybe that's why it seems so fast and efficient. All right, so December 14th. The most intriguing part of collecting samplers is the social history aspect. Who made this? Where did they live? What were their circumstances? These questions can sometimes be answered through some special sleuthing. Today on my YouTube, I'll be talking about a special sample from the island of Guernsey. So we've got some ships on the card today. And the color for the 14th was, dun dun dun, ooh, another dark green. It's called Deep Woods. Really pretty. It's got a little bit of variegation in it. You can kind of see, but it's a very, very pretty dark green. All right. Hopefully if I've stitched, you will have seen some stitching. I'm going to do my darndest to get caught up. Today, the 17th, it's Sunday. I'm going to go through and stitch as many of these as I can. It shouldn't take me, usually they haven't taken me more than an hour or so per color. So if I could get maybe 3 days in, that would be really satisfying. We shall see. You already know. All right, December 15th, we've got some children looking at a Christmas tree. And the card says, December is a time of traditions, and today we'll be sharing some of our favorite traditions on our channels. And so both Jacob and Kat and Caroline shared traditions on their videos on the 15th. and our color is Gold Star. And I've seen a bunch of YouTubers get very excited about this. This beautiful, beautiful gold. And I was thinking when we got the first set of colors that, you know, a mustardy yellow was definitely in our future, and we've finally gotten that color. So really, really beautiful mustardy yellow. All right, we're almost done opening through day 17. We're on to day 16. Oh, stitching wherever I got. All right. This is an anonymous print of St. Nicholas with a cornucopia delivering treats. It's from a museum in Amsterdam. And what color have we gotten today? Or yesterday? I was doing this in real time. Ooh, oh, there's also, hold on, there's some more stuff in here. We got peppermints. There are two little, it's like this bag feels heavy. There are two little green minty treats in there today. And the color is called Fireside, and it is a darker, well, here, I'll pull up. Here's yesterday's, and here's today's. So it's a darker shade of more orangey brown compared to Gold Star. So Gold Star, Fireside. Super pretty. All right, and the last day that I'm going to open, which is today. Today's December 17th. And now I'm caught up opening the presents, but definitely not caught up with the stitching. Today we got a poem called Snow, which I will not be reading to you. It is quite long. And the color is okay, mine doesn't have a name on it. So I did not get a little sticker, so I can't tell you what the name is, but I will go watch somebody else's Flosstube and I will add the name here, but you can see I have a stickerless skein. But actually, since I've got it, it is in the same family as the two from the day before. So it's now instead of going yellower, we're going lighter compared to Fireside. So really, really pretty. Excited to see how that stitches up. Excited to find out what the name is. All right, back to regularly scheduled Flosstube.